Greetings everyone, Lightstar here, and I want to share with you guys some awesome stuff today. We're going to do a light language activation, and we're going to do an image that I'm going to share with you guys that some of you might have seen, but this is really, really powerful for our time right now. And I'm going to go through some of the symbolism going on, and it has to do with sovereignty, wealth, abundance, and our system, our money system on this planet. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned for this. So as I like to say, grab your coffee, your tea, your popcorn, health bar, whatever you like, and let's get into this really interesting topic. Hello everyone, this is Lightstar. Welcome back to the channel. I am excited for you guys to be here once again. And for those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. And I am going to be bringing some really exciting stuff today that I think is one of the most important things going on in the world right now. And it also is going to have a light language activation at the end or in the middle of this, but I want to show the image that I created that is it started out as a client portrait, and not really a portrait of him per se in the literal sense, because my custom visionary art portraits, sometimes I like to start with like not even knowing who the person is, what they look like, and I don't necessarily start with a picture of you, but in this case I did not, and I prefer doing that. I can do it the other way, but I prefer doing it this way so that I can have the creative flow going and just see what comes. But this image I wanted to share right here with you guys. It was, like I said, a custom for one of my beautiful clients. I've actually done two of them. They're a couple, a married couple, and I have done two different images, one for the one I'm going to show you, and then the other one was for his wife, Doreen and Kurt. And I'm really excited about these. These turned out so beautifully, but I'll share Doreen's in another video. But this one I wanted to bring out because it's just a sign of what's going on right now as well. And so it's a super important image. And these beautiful souls have allowed me to share this now with you guys, so you can all purchase these images as well and be benefited by them greatly and enhanced and activated. So let me just show you the image coming up so we can talk about it, as I want to share some very important things on this. Now, the image itself is called Dispensation. And it's, like I said, this one, I was working on this many months ago, and I was just tuning into the vibration of the energy of Kurt and what's going on with him as well. But this was really bringing in the codes of sovereignty, and it has to do with the money system, and it has to do with the violet flame, and it has to do with Saint Germain energies. And so there's a lot going on in here. And so I first just wanted to talk about this because if you haven't noticed, right, in the world right now, just look around you. I mean, it seems like everything is crumbling, and the systems of money are really falling apart. The ones that have been in place for a very long time, that have been squeezing the life out of us, enslaving us, and what we call the money magic system, which is the darker money magic system that's been running on this planet for a very, very long time. And so this image is depicting, although the energy of one of Kirk's higher selves and higher aspects is also working in this field, so that's why it's coming through, and that's why it was so important, because there may be many of you also working in this department of bringing these sovereignty codes back on the planet, the proper ones, the beautiful ones, and the ones that are for all of us in the world, okay? So this is, but what I'm saying about right now, because we've been seeing a lot going on in well, if you watch the news, I watch the news just to see what's going on. I don't watch the news to get sucked in and, like what's going on in the world. I just tap in to see what the story is that or the program that has been running on the media channels to know what is going on, okay? And sometimes you have to look at this stuff underneath the carpet. You don't look at what, face value is. And so with this, it was just so important that this is coming up right now for everyone. And so what I feel is super important to recognize and to tune into right now is I think it's collectively bringing up all of the issues about money that we have on this planet and have had on this planet. And so it's bringing this to the surface so that we can start to address this. And, I'm sure that our little advancement of Pluto in Aquarius now astrologically with the Western, astrology, now we're at this time, I'm filming this right now, it's that period of time where Pluto is going into Aquarius for a very short period, month or two of this year, and then it's making its Pluto return, and then it's going to go back into Capricorn, and then it's going to come back around again at the beginning of the year of 2024, and then it'll be there for like 20 years. So our Pluto return collectively going into Aquarius is going to be a very changeable, shifting, upheaval, and it's going to do a lot of change in the world. But we're getting a taste of it right now. And so some of the things that are coming out into the news is very unpredictable, but it's definitely shifting and changing things, and that we can no longer, stay in, let's just put it that way. We can no longer stay in this kind of energy any longer, okay? So it's sort of pushing us all. But I feel on a collective level, so what I'm looking at is that it's pushing us to identify where in your own life has money been an issue? Where in your own life has the system of money, entrapped you, enslaved you, made you feel lack, scarcity, less than, you can't do this, you're not allowed to have that. All of these things have been coming up, and that's why I feel we're getting this deeper dive into our own individual, taking that lens and focusing it on our own individual issues with money, okay? And also freedom. Okay, so, and if you look at this image, there's a lot going on. I wanted to focus on this because this image has a lot of symbology in it. And so I wanted to explain it a little bit for some of you that might go, well, what's that for? What's this for? And so as you can, and I also want to bring in something about Saint Germain. There are some people that say, oh, Saint Germain's evil. It's like, the Archon, it's this, it's bad, it's negative. And I want to say we need to just separate a little bit from we know that everyone, including angels and ascended masters and ET beings, and all these beings have been distorted a lot, and there's always going to be this one side that says, oh, they're evil, oh, they're bad, and that might be true. There might be imposters, there might be impersonators out there. I'm not saying that that's not the case, because that could very well be, but what I am saying is that in this image, we're looking at Saint Germain's original blueprint, the original codes of sovereignty and freedom and all of that for us on the planet. That was the healthy and the high vibrational and high frequency energies. I'm not moving into any of the lower dimensions. That's particularly what this image is about breaking free from those, energies of manipulation, control, and just disempowerment overall, and the lower energies. So just wanted to say that in case, if someone's like, oh, Saint Germain's bad. It's not really about that, even though it is bringing in the Germain codes, but it's not from a negative place. It's from a very positive place. And so it's coming from that energy. And so that energy associated also with the violet flame, and also I'm saying the gold flame here as well. So it's like the violet gold flame. which also clears and cleanses out any of the distortion, the negativity, the lower frequencies, and keeping us in this slave, dark money magic system that we've been in. Okay, so as you break out of that system, up here, and for your perception, your perspectives, and all that. Okay, so I wanted to bring that in, and as you notice, he's holding a key, a very large key. And this key is symbolizing that we as a collective, you individually, we all have the key, okay, that golden key that unlocks our own freedom and our own sovereignty so that we can feel connected to our own sovereignty and our own abundance codes and our own ways of making a living despite of what's going on in the external world. Because you have to just do that. Like, you really have to just look within and go your own, walk your own path regardless of what is happening, and don't get into the whole panic system and the whole fear system, which is what the darker money magic systems actually feed on. So we don't want to feed that system and the slavery codes. So that's what one of the things I wanted to point out in this image. And the other thing too is, as you can see, there's kind of like an infinity symbol in there that has got a ring around it. And I wanted to also say that that is symbolic of our freedom, our sovereignty, our abundance. These codes, these blueprints were infinite. Okay, they were bringing us infinite abundance and infinite abilities to create, and we've been holding ourselves back. And so it's kind of like this ring, almost like, it symbolizes almost like binding or holding it back. But in the same token, we are infinite beings, and we need to release the shackle around ourselves, so to speak, and that binding energy. And also in this image, you can see that there's a euro, and also at the bottom there's smaller coins that are like US coins, and it's basic, and you can see they're cracked. So this is symbolizing that the older systems, okay, it's not saying, I want to say there's like the gold back system is the system that's coming back online or making its way back online, and it's about the older systems that were not in alignment with that are crumbling, cracking, and falling apart, and have been for a while, but we're just seeing it a lot more right now in our world. So that's sort of symbolizing that going away, but then bringing back sort of the gold energy and the gold back systems, so that we have more of a stable stability in our world. And so there's some of that, and some of the old energies too, surrounding the old slavery codes of binding, just breaking those down and allowing us to maybe develop new systems that are more functional and more beneficial for all of us. Now, I'm not particularly in favor of some of the digital stuff that's flying around. Like, I'm just personally not. I know that some people are, and that's fine. I'm just not I don't really align with some of the digital systems out there, like, Bitcoin and all those things. I don't know. I just don't resonate with them very much, but I'm not saying that it's bad. Some of them are not very good, and some might be, but I'm just not in alignment with that. But in any sense, some new systems might be coming online that are not having to do with that, but some of them might be. And so we have to use our discernment with what's coming in as a good thing and what's coming in as not so good of a thing. So anyway, and I just wanted to depict this, bring this out, because these little symbolisms in the image here are very important. So I wanted to just really share them, because we've got a lot going on, and we've got a lot of key codes and dispensations in here to bring back those blueprints. And this was it's just a really beautiful image, and I wanted to depict it as almost like the knight, that is coming forth. So it's almost like the warrior version of the Saint Germain codes that's coming through here, because that's what I feel some of you guys are aligned with. And those of you that are working in this field, or working to those indigos that are working to break down the systems that aren't working anymore. And this image is actually really important for you as well to, I don't know, give you sort of like a keep going and you're doing great. And I know it looks like it's not working in the world, but sometimes we have to let those things fall in order for something behind it, something new to come forth and to show itself. So we're going to be dealing with this, and change is going to be one of these big things, okay? I hope you guys are enjoying this content, and if you are, or if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. And YouTube likes to call it subscribe. I like to call it joining the tribe or joining the community. I think that sounds much better and more inviting. And if you are down there clicking around, make sure you hit that like button on the video and give it a thumbs up. And also share the content out to people that you know would be interested in this type of material and content. And make sure you comment and engage. I love to engage and interact with you guys in the comments section. And make sure that you click the notifications bell so that you won't miss a thing when new videos come out. And I am looking forward to bringing more content as always. And I'd love to have you guys join the community. And for those of you that would like to catch me on other platforms and other channels, I am also on BitChute and Brighteon, Rumble, and Odyssey. And you can check all those links of where I'm at down below in the description area. The content on those channels generally gets posted a day or so after the post goes up on YouTube. So just have a little patience as to when that becomes available on the other platforms. So I wanted to bring that forth. I also want to read there's a 4x6 description card that comes with an image. If you purchase this image or any of my images, that you purchase the image itself. Okay, so if you purchase it, you will usually get this mailed along with it. It's like a card. So I wanted to read the description of it. And so just forgive me if I'm looking off this way. Or actually what I might do is just place it up on screen so you could see it. If I don't, I'm not sure at the moment. So that way you can, just read it. But basically the image says, being abundant is the soul's natural state. In order to continue aligning with frequencies of prosperity in an incarnation, one must consistently transmit thoughts that match the original creator sovereignty codes. These codes contain holographic blueprints imprinted with the golden regalis dispensation codes from Creator Source. Expressionary mindsets of lack and scarcity are merely illusions and do not actually exist. However, dark forces would have you all believing that they do exist. These entities are only interested in power and greed. They operate from lower dimensions that swim in the seas of control, manipulation, and corruption. To break through these dark money magic systems, whose sole purpose is to keep humanity enslaved, the key codes within humanity must be activated to banish the dark money matrix. These keys re-infuse humanity with the original positively sanctioned creator dispensation blueprints that redirect the dispensation of wealth. And the focus message for this is dispensations of the creator's flame of abundance are present. Dissolve past slavery codes, abolish lack mindsets, and release the stronghold of dark money magic control systems. You are working with the Saint Germain, gold, and violet frequencies to unlock wealth codes within you. You hold the keys. Scarcity is an illusion, so embrace prosperity. So I wanted to read that. Very powerful words there that were channeled through for this particular image, and that can really assist you guys all. Okay, that if you want to get on this path and you want to break free from the matrix and the money systems that are in place right now, we still are in it, we're still using it, but it will shift. Start vibrating on that gold, the system of gold. Even if I know that gold is really expensive, and a lot of people are saying going out gold, buy gold and silver. Well, silver's a lot more, silver's a lot more reasonably priced. But gold is a little bit hard for a lot of people that just don't have the money to buy gold. So what do you do when you can't get the gold, right? Like you can't buy that because it's too much. Well, I just think that if you vibrate from the energy of gold, and I use the gold liquid light frequencies so much because that energy of gold, and get gold, wear gold, get monoatomic gold, you know, things that you can do, infuse your frequency with gold energies, and you might just find yourself moving up into the ranks of being able to get your hands on gold, literally, and into your energy field. But I think that helps to infuse these codes in and infuse the abundance codes within you, so that can actually help you to feel abundant, even if you are not seeing it necessarily in your own life, okay? So what I want to do now, I know I know sometimes people go through these videos and they go, oh, you didn't start the activation till whatever, but my words were the activation prior to this in this whole explanation, and having you see the codes with what I'm talking about also is part of the activation, okay? But what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring in some Orion codes. Now, I would want to explain, I've had many videos that I've talked about this many times about the Orions. There are negatively based Orions, and then there are positively based Orions, what I call the original Orions. So don't get all freaked out that I'm, you know, bringing in dark energies. I'm not. And I can, like I said, you have to watch some of my previous content to know about the Orion energies, but I'm just bringing them through because they also work with this sort of energy of money and manifestation, and they're helping to also bring the positive vibrations of the new sovereignty energies and the new codes of abundance and wealth. And so I wanted to bring their energy through to help that. So that's what we're doing with this short little light language activation here for the collective, okay? So just put your mind off to the side, listen with your heart, and don't judge it and try to figure it out. Just listen and receive whatever comes for you, okay? Mejaris ustaran, nectar Sarentirat Nariam, Ustanamat Suvias, Veturat Nar Amhalat, Ustrasnea Sanarat, Karimetos, Ustravane, Sarentas, Meletinat, Shariensos, Marantiat, Carventi, Sarantas, Ustranas al Este, Cavenat Varentis, Sutares Marantas, Mentira Mentos, Mentarium Maratash, Savete Savantaras, Sarantarian, Marantesi, Markurak, Marasen, Vashuras, Mariatas, Kavendi, Kalembeta, Gavensho, Ustaren van Este, Sarientos, Sharanatar, Karensi Haramat, Ustravanes, Marentelet, Sariantaras, Mentiras, Marantare, Vestuvios, Barentesti, Barencias, Marantarak, Astaren Harates, Meyash an al-Estek, Mustache Arshom, Marshias, Marencia Sorvaniat, Garanci Anmet, Varian Sara, Vastu Unsha, Shayinsa Omash Ariatura, Beshi Amtara, Bekarantarist, Nariantea, Terian tarma keve ve antushayen Baseana unsar alma ustara vest veash vayash mayash karan vestuvio stare varantar marencia tarmeg. And everybody breathe in and just feel your own sovereignty coming back to you, bringing back the codes of abundance and wealth in your own life and in your own inner world, and then see the entire world free and with the original blueprints of abundance and wealth within the creator codes as it's originally intended for all of us, to be able to have the creator's codes within us at all times, and for us to feel that abundance and that light and that love and that group energy of sharing. And see the old ways dissolving that are in lower vibrational energies of lack and scarcity. Seeing those slavery codes just dissolving and releasing away from you, away from the planet, and just see the energy of the planet vibrating with that golden frequency now of the higher vibrations. And see that your energies, you might see the violet flame actually still dissolving and burning up some of the lower frequencies, and you can keep that violet flame there if you like, and just bring in the gold energies that bring in the higher frequencies and the higher vibrations of these wealth codes within all of us, so that we can anchor that in and dissolve this dark money magic system within our own sovereign powers. Embrace that. And I hope you guys liked that little activation. Orion energies come in a bit slower. It's almost like a magical energy, so it comes in a bit slower for me to share that with you. Very, I would say, focused with that, and so that's why it comes in a little slower than some of my other stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to send you off with tons of love, and obviously if you guys want to work with me privately, I have so much content to share with you guys. I have a lot of my private sessions that you can work with me privately by, I'm going to put the list up here because sometimes I forget to say what I have on my website. But all of these different things, you can get my Magical Dimensions, my second edition, and also my Celestial Frequencies, the new Oracle that is they both hit at the same time, so they're both available now. And you can get all of my music that is super activating. You can, on my images, you can purchase all of my images that I have to offer in many different formats, and you can work with them to also raise your frequency. And I've got lots more coming as well in my frequency wear, which is my shirts and t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. You can go check all the merch out on my apparel, all the organic, 100% organic clothing. So, and a lot more coming up. I've been working on a lot of different things, although I'm trying to, get things accomplished here right now with a lot of different wrapping up things, and I've had a lot of events and different things like that, but I'm going to be working on some new stuff coming up for you guys, so stay tuned for all of that. And I want to send you guys off with a ton of love from the galactics, the elementals, the angels, the fairies, and all the ascended masters, your angels, your personal angels, your team and your spiritual guides that are there to work with you. So embrace them and call upon their energies to help you. And I will be back with more content very soon, so I will see you then. Bye for now. If you'd like to support my journey and helping to bring more content to YouTube and provide all this activation and goodness for you guys, please consider providing a donation to my work, and you can do that in many different ways. If you head on over to my website at lightstarcreations.com, you'll also see a donation page on there where it has many different forms for you to provide your donation. I have a vibrational giving, a certain specified dollar amount that is aligned with a certain frequency, and you can give that way, or you can become a patron on Patreon, or you can actually just donate whatever that feels in resonance with you. And there's also super thanks on YouTube, and that is the little heart button that is next to the like button below the video, and you can also donate that way. And something that I do for anyone who donates to my work, I send a remote light language blessing of love and abundance and support right back to you. It's my way of saying thank you for your donation. And I so appreciate all of you who have donated and all my patrons. I love you guys, and thank you so much for your continued love and support. And another way to support me is to just head on over to my website and make a purchase of one of my awesome products and services that I have to help you to activate and to enlighten you and to bring more light and love into your life. So head on over there and check out all the different things I have, many different types of products and services for you. And once again, I extend my love and gratitude and appreciation to all of you who have extended your support to me in the past. I love you guys, and I thank you for everything.